welcome back to Scheduling Conflicts, Episode 4, where you're joined by me, Spencer Mayo, my co-hosts, Ethan Kipp, and Stefan Petruski. We are going kind of wild on tonight's episode. We're changing things up. I know you've gotten so used to our other game where we're playing in our homebrew world 40K version, but we decided that because today I was supposed to be DMing, I might as well let it rip. And what you're going to be seeing is a practically unprepared game because we decided this 10 minutes ago. Keeping in regards how we typically do things in DM writer's room, we're bringing that in today with no prep.
Listen, it's the heart and soul of scheduling conflicts. Is that, hey, if you're at home and Tom says he can't make it to the session and is like, but don't play without me, take heart. Make some shit up. It's going to be fine. Play anyways. Scheduling conflicts, we beg you.
So, in the 5 minutes that I've had to prep, here's what I have to introduce you to the world.
Whisk me away.
This is technically to the players here, but everybody else, imagine it as if it's not in this person tense. You are members of the Order of the Heart, protectors of the realm. You've been personally selected by the King of Phadia to protect the downtrodden, destroy evils of all nature, and defend the honor of Phadia itself. You've served on battlefields, in dungeons, and in the halls of the lawmakers. Well-versed in combat and intrigue, you're sent out into the world in teams of 2, known as Atrium and Ventricle. Ethan, your character will be the Atrium. Stefan, your character is the Ventricle. You've been traveling together for quite some time now, growing in strength and knowledge through hard-won experience. Your next quest could be your undoing, or could bring you more renown than you've ever known. You've been ordered to the Tricky Blade Tavern. You're to meet a tiefling named Yarkus there to receive the details of your mission. So with that, can both of you introduce your characters? Ethan, you go first.
Yes, I can. Sorry, I have to write down Yarkus, the tiefling. I'm sure for the rest of my life I will be positive that I need this information.
Yarkus is actually the BBEG.
I am Trenvam Greyglide, an Oath of Vengeance paladin who is sworn to revenge his fellow soldiers who died on the battlefield many long years ago, slain by the evil Death Knight. Curse Gang. Evil. He threw this terrible, terrible Death Knight. Killed everybody. I was the only one left alive, and I swore an oath of vengeance, and I still carry the broken sword of my captain with me as a reminder of my duty. Trenvam is, generally speaking, a pretty straight-up-the-middle paladin. He is lawful good and is on a path to avenge those who cannot avenge themselves, and does so with his compatriot on the road. I will kick it to you, Stefan.
All right, and I am playing Strummer Scalesong, who is a green dragonboard bard in the College of Tragedy, and he's kind of like joined to try to, of course, like protect, honor, destroy evils, and all that, but also witness the world and the travails and challenges that people encounter, and to record them in his bardic knowledge, and just really savor their kind of like the misery and triumph that they get through those struggles.
I hope that we met because you were writing the tragedy of Trenvam's entire platoon dying.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Please tell me how each one of them passed away.
In detail, if you don't mind.
Gruesome detail.
Were you with each one of them as they finally faded?
Unbelievably, yes. They died perfectly startled by about 1 minute and 30 seconds, giving me enough time to exchange a few brief words, and then bounce to the next one. 55 men in the platoon. It took the whole day.
That must have also left you tired and exhausted, fully
Honestly,
worn out.
if I had gone to the last guy first, I might have been able to save him, if I'm being real with you. he was just kind of bleeding for like an hour, and it's not how it worked out. All right, so I'm ready. I assume, since we're in high fantasy land, I assume that we are on a rainy dirt road on horseback, making our way to the tavern.
Close. The rain patters outside, as you both drop your hoods and shake off the wet of the stormy night outside. Looking around a smoke-filled tavern, you see a couple of halflings in the corner, clearly talking about some plan they have. What it is, you don't know.
I keep hearing
On the opposite,
I keep hearing the name Underhill. What's going on with that guy?
a fire crackles in the corner of this tavern. A large bar is set on the opposite side. There is a half-orc woman tending bar, handing out flasks of ale to those who walk past, dropping a couple of copper pieces for the drinks. In the right corner of the tavern, at a circular table with 3 seats at it, sitting in one of them is a man with reddish skin. You can see by his hands, a hood pulled up taut over his head, likely the tiefling that you're here to meet.
I make my way directly to the table that he is sitting at and prop myself down on one of the chairs and go, "Hello, my infernal friend.
You see...
Hail and well met!"
Hail. And he drops his hood, just enough so you can see his face, one of his horns peeking out slightly. And he says, "So, you are the Atrium and Ventricle? Is that correct?"
Yes.
That's
Verily.
us.
And he spots the clasp on your cloaks that signify you as such. And he says, "Good. So, the mission today. Apparently, in the town of Enderburg, there's been some form of infestation. Some dark creature has prowled the streets and claimed innocent lives. A missive has been sent by one of the lower nobility to the order, calling for help. And none of us have been to Enderburg since. You are the first line of defense."
Very well.
Have we heard any news of this creature, of its abilities or likeness, of its type or infernal smell? No offense.
None taken.
Thank gosh. I just really, you try not to say it, and so you're thinking about it so hard.
And then bills out. All that we have from within the walls of the city is the letter sent for aid, sent to us by Alcin de Satra, a lesser noble of the town. This is what it says as he turns it and faces it towards you. You can both read it. A monster has infested our town, but we see not where it comes from. At night, it hunts us. By day, there's no sign of it. Please send aid. And the signature and seal of Alcin de Satra at the bottom.
It's the most fantasy name I've ever heard. It's so good. So we have some sort of foul night prowler.
Indeed. When people lay down for rest and try to recover, and then end up being brutally slain and perhaps taken away or fed upon by such creature.
Keep working on it. I think there's some juice in there. I think there's something. All right. Well, do you have any other information or intelligence for us?
Yes. Upon successful completion of your quest, you shall be paid 300 gold pieces by the king.
Very well. 1 second. Now I'm ready to adventure. I've made a little badge.
Perfect. And most importantly, besides the innocents being killed there, if you could check on the mayor, make sure that he is still standing, that would be great. Having received a message from a lower noble has given us great concern over the well-being of the mayor.
Indeed.
Does this mayor have a name?
Yes. Carthus Fanglor.
Carthus Fanglor. Ha! Carthus! A name of ill omen! His parents must have been cruel indeed to send him into the world with such a moniker.
Yes. And was he a mayor then specifically picked by the king or picked by the townspeople?
By the king.
Ah.
What are you, a Democrat?
I don't know that word. What is this democrat? Sounds like the name of a
Are you a
foul
member
beast.
of a republic?
What?
He must have been quite favored by the king then. Perhaps he is still alive, or viscerally demolished in some manner.
Hopefully alive.
Well, if he be dead, vengeance will be his in short order, delivered by my own hand.
Very well. And he nods to you and slips out through the tavern's front door.
300 gold pieces.
A king's bounty, if you will.
So many. It's 150 days' wages for a skilled laborer. Unimaginable. All right. Well, I suppose it is the end of a long day, but 'tis also night. Are we within riding distance of this town this very eve?
You are. The town is only 2 hours away from where you are now.
Let us get fresh horses then.
Yes, Galesong, I am tempted to rest my eyes, but a chance to catch this beast unawares in his hunting ground is difficult to pass up. Fresh horses indeed. We'll make our way out to the stables to make a trade.
Yeah, you enter into the stables and you see a stout man, hunched over slightly, dark cloak covering him. He says, "Hello, how can I help you two fine gentlemen tonight?"
We're on business from the king and need 2 fresh horses.
We are willing
Yes.
to leave behind these 2 lesser stallions. And we gesture to our 2 horses.
Of course, yes, I understand. 2 stallions from trade. I can make an equal trade with you. These ones will be well fed and besaddled for you, so no need to trade anything else for their use.
More than
And he
sufficient.
walks over and he says, "This one here, a black mare, midnight. This one, a deep brown, chestnut."
Powerful
Marvelous
steeds.
creatures.
They reek of legacy and legend. I will take Chestnut. It is just the most relevant.
And I will ride midnight to our destination.
"Thank you, sir, thank you." And he takes the 2 horses from you and hands the reins to the other 2 after saddling them. He says, "Godspeed, gentlemen."
Hearken, take well, Igor. And then we ride off into the night.
How did he know my name?
I have heard it on the winds.
He salutes.
I love
go.
a reference to our non-streamed game as we ride off into the rain.
To be fair, in Theros, Grigor did exist.
Okay.
So
Oh,
his
yeah.
name.
Awesome,
This
yeah.
one is Figor. Yeah, Figor sends you off. 2 new horses in tow. You stomp through the mud. We do a camera sweep as you gallop past. Deep into the woods, pines towering over you, rain pattering down left and right. An hour and a half passes. You're almost there. You can almost feel the warmth of the lanterns of the town of Enderburg. Roll me perception checks.
16.
14 here.
Oh, hello. My cat
14.
has arrived.
With the 16, as you're nearing the area here, you hear the babbling of a brook, just barely over the pattering of rain around you. And off that way, undisturbed underneath a set of like bushes and trees, rain not quite reaching it, you see several footprints and drag marks leading away from that area.
It seems our first sign of treachery is found early in the eve, and I will pull over to the side and hop off. Not knowing the sort of level of training of this horse, I will tie it to a sapling.
Yeah, right off the road, you tie it off.
Likewise, midnight, get some good breath.
Be well, Chestnut. And I tie it a little loose so that he can snap it if he needs to. If Chestnut is attacked, I don't want to have a dead horse.
Give me a survival check. I bet you
Verily.
never expected me to say a word like that.
Nat 20, baby! This is the best knot ever!
That's 20.
I take out one of those, like, magnetic clips that auto breaks at a certain weight and just go click, and I go, perfect.
You set that. We lit the nat 20 roll. This horse is going to get out no problem if something approaches. And you turn your attention towards these prints.
The horse
And you are
says, you're
following
my
them.
best friend!
Yeah, Chestnut is actually a royal breed of horse that can speak common. Little known fact. You walk through the woods, pushing brush out of the way, some of it scraping your skin as you go past. You have an eagle eye on these tracks. Anybody else would have a very difficult time following it. Not you, not today. Drenvam, you walk for about 15 minutes. You pass over the brook, and you swear you almost lose the tracks. You look over and you see those same scratch marks on the opposite side of the bank. So you do find it again. Another 10 minutes of walking. Underbrush ripped up, boot prints from at least 5 or 6 men walk this way. The scratching, you're not quite able to make out exactly what it is. Clearly something being dragged,
It would
though.
seem that the local militia has made their effort to save whoever this poor soul was.
I mean,
You-
they did mention infestation, but only one creature, so perhaps something is spreading?
We shall see.
You push past another bough of a tree, and you see in front of you a cave, a large one. The mouth yawning open before you. That is where the tracks were leading from.
Cave yawns before us. Hopefully this is no ill
Indeed.
omen. Let me look at the range of divine sense.
The void itself beckons to
Mm.
us.
It doesn't last long enough to be really worth flaring divine sense. Okay. Very well. We should step forward. If there are people to save, we must take haste. And I will draw my long sword and get my shield ready. And
Well armed, you run
I
in.
will-
Strummer, do you follow?
Yeah, I will use thaumaturgy to. I'll pull out a torch once we're like at the mouth of it and out of the rain, light it up, and then use thaumaturgy to make it brighter.
Got it. You enter in, light emanating from you. Make me a perception check as you go.
thank goodness I do not have dark vision.
All right. That was a 10.
Sorry, I forgot I'm playing. 8.
With an 8 and a 10, you don't make out too much detail. Your hearts are pumping in your chest, expecting anything to leap out from the shadows around every bend, the crag of the rock, anything. The water pools around your feet, sloshing as you go. You look to the left and right, and you make out cave painting of a sort, made with charcoal. One of a hearth. There's a village, people holding hands on the walls, things like that.
Some ancient peoples lived here.
I was
Eh.
worrying too. If we do find such a creature, let it not be so potent that it can slay us instantly.
So
It would just be
strange.
too brief of a death.
So strange a thing, though. I heard no record of this town being particularly aged. Have they so completely forgotten their own history? And we stride
Indeed.
forward.
As you stride forward, you round
must
the
be-
last bend. What are you saying,
Oh.
Strummer?
Oh, there must be more to the mural, perhaps, that we can discover.
You round the bend, and you see walls bedecked in the same things, images of home, of love, of family. And in front of you, you see a pike slammed into the middle of this cave ground, into the rock. Chain wrapped around it, leaning forward. That has been snapped, and there's a collar equally snapped in front of it as well. There is blood on the ground around you, being washed away by the rain, the stream of water pushing in. But there is a chain attached to a metal pole in the middle, snapped in 2 places.
Somebody attempted to keep the beast here. And I look around, perhaps with memories, fond things to look at so as to calm its anger. I believe, and I turn to Scale Song, a lycanthrope may yet be our enemy this day.
Perhaps.
If that is true,
Is
it is
there-
woeful, my weapon. And I hold up my sword. It is unsilvered and will be of little purchase on his flesh.
That will be quite the trial indeed to fell it then.
I walk up to the pike
Cool.
and I examine it. Is it like an iron post that has been driven into the ground, or is it a pike, as in like a weapon?
Like an iron post.
Okay.
A weapon's pretty badass though, but no.
Yeah, I know. I was
Okay.
like, whoa, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll examine around a little bit, but I think that I've gathered from this what there is to gather.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything in particular you're trying to divine from the scenario here? Or is it just in general?
I mean, I have my guess. Mostly just like, are there dead bodies around? Because you said there were tracks going in and that there's blood on the ground. Are there any leavings behind of death, or is it just...
No check needed. There's just blood, but there's no bodies left behind.
Is this blood fresh?
Make me a medicine check.
All right.
Although, Scale Song, if it is a lycanthrope, your fear of it spreading may yet be well founded.
Almost got a 15, but it was a 7.
A 7? It's fairly fresh. It's not like totally turned to nothing at this point, but it's not within a day. It's within a week. This has been here, kept moist through the moisture in the cave. But
Okay.
otherwise, no. This is fairly old, but not ancient.
So then this could have been the source of their troubles.
I'll reach down, scoop my hand through the dirt and blood. Scale Song, it is not in my talents. Do you recall when the last full moon 'twas? And when the next one is yet to come?
I
don't have nature
consult my
proficiency,
almanac.
do you?
Nature. Yes, I do.
I knew you were gonna. I knew it. There's no Stefan character that's not proficient with nature.
All right. I will pull out my almanac and have a nat 20.
Oh my
Plus
god!
4.
Nat 20 plus 4. The last full moon was about a week and a half ago. So, it was a 10-day ago.
Yes, fantasy.
This is not Faerun, but they do use 10-day.
It's a legally distinct, but also similar enough to be relatable fantasy property. All right, no questions asked.
All right. So yes, 10 days ago at least, there was a full moon that cast its paly lights upon this town.
Well, it seems
And
there
all
is
the
little
kingdoms
else to
too.
find here.
Indeed. Are there any repeating characters in this mural,
It
or
seems to just be somewhat general depictions of the town. I could take a closer look.
Yeah,
I
give
will
me an
as well.
investigation check. Both of you, Trent Van Strummer.
What is your bonus to that, Scale Song?
+6?
I will
Damn.
give you the help action. I will take whatever the source of our light is, and I will hold it up for you.
All right. Thank you for giving me the free hand. And oh no, it landed on its like weird corner.
Just reroll.
So it would have, yeah. All right. So 17 plus 6.
17 plus 6.
3.
Damn.
You're looking, and it's a little bit more specific than you'd expect. There are recurring characters, but you're not able to get much detail out of any of them. What you do get detail out of is the depiction of the town that you see, village. It is of a nearby hamlet named Elkvale, about an hour away from here. So further than you are from Enderberg. So you know that is the location being depicted.
So if it is a beast, a were-beast, my guess is it finds its home in Elkvale, not in... Damn.
Such a small.
What's the name
yeah,
of the town
such a
we're going to?
Enderberg.
Enderberg.
Yeah. Perhaps they never even had the chance or opportunity to send a plea for help without a mayor or other higher nobility in their poor hamlet.
Well, there is only one way to find out. We must make haste to Enderberg.
You step out of the cave leaving behind whatever this sight may entail. We screen wipe yet again to black as you get back onto your horses. Ride off into the night, down the trail, well trodden. In front of you, quickly, you find the stone-walled Enderberg rising in your vision. Give me perception checks before you crest the hill here.
14.
12.
14 and 12, got it. With a 14, you hear yapping and howling lightly coming from ahead of you on this path. As you crest Trenvam, you see 4 wolves pacing back and forth the front gate of Enderberg. I gotta highlight that so I don't keep saying of Enderberg, pacing back and forth, yipping and trying to make noise enough, but you don't know what they're doing here.
I will look to Scalesong and say, I hope that these are just beasts attracted by the carnage and not something more foul. There is a simple way to divine, and I will ride up on my horse and just loudly bang my longsword into my shield to see if they are easily scared off like a wild animal, or if they stay and prepare for a fight.
As you start banging, give me an animal handling check.
Damn. I was angling for intimidation, but that's okay. 8.
You see them begin to scatter out, skittering away, and then they bare their fangs and like dig in, and they wrap around towards the front gate, facing you in a defensive position to stop you from entering.
How strange.
Perhaps their master is the lycanthrope that's lurking in the town already for another prey.
I believe if that were true, we would be led within, my friend, not kept without. 2 loose strangers on the road with no one to ally themselves with would be ample prey. I will look forward and go, beasts, if you fear for our safety, know that we are trained and here to exact justice. We be no mere travelers or merchants on the road. I know not if you understand me, but please, I beseech you, lest we fall to violence.
They start barking at you and doing like faint lunges forward.
You said high fantasy. We're in.
Yeah. I will, I guess, from top of the midnight, I'm going to charge towards the gate and let out, with thaumaturgy, a large roar at them as I try to, crash towards the gate.
Now give me an intimidation check.
All right. Bellowing the dragon roar.
Scalesong, you're incorrigible, and I will run alongside.
All right.
You have the help action because Trenvam is running alongside you.
Okay. The help one was a nat 1. The other one was a 5 plus a 9 total.
Roll initiative.
All right.
As the wolves attempt to stop your approach, they lunge forward.
Oh my god. Second nat
meeting
20.
You.
For 20. I have a +0 to dexterity.
All right. I got a dirty 20.
I'll hop off Chestnut and slap it and say, "Run, Chestnut, to safety!"
Flee!
I would not have you caught in the crossfire of this battle.
So it's going to be Trenvam. And then... Alright. With that, up first, Trenvam, you're up. 4 wolves are in a crescent shape around you. One directly in front of you, one a little bit further to your right on a diagonal, one almost all the way to your right. Same on the opposite side.
I can afford to spare little with a big fight on the horizon. Tut, 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 tut.
And I need to change the music, so we need a minute anyways.
No sweat. These creatures trying to scare us off has me somewhat shaken, so I will approach and swing out at the first one, but I will do so non-lethally in the hopes of just incapacitating them.
Got it.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
All right. I stroll up and I swing out with my long sword for 8 points of damage.
8 points.
Essentially just striking hard with the flat of the blade to try to get them to scatter.
Bang! You slam down on the one right in front of you. You can hear its teeth chatter into themselves as it splays down, but it stands back up, growling, blood pouring down off the side of its head from the strike. Still alive. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I wouldn't waste a channel divinity or anything on a pack of wolves.
All right. In that case, up next, Drummer, you're up. Trendvam ran 10 feet ahead of you towards the middle wolf. There's one to your left and two diagonally to the right.
All right. I guess I'll fall in beside him and also strike out with a rapier at this wolf and try to kind of like knock it to discourage it away, non-lethally strike it too.
The injured one?
Yeah.
Got it.
That's an 8 to hit.
An 8 does not hit.
All right. Ah, 'tis a pity.
The strike misses, and that wolf is up first, and it's going to bite out at the one who had attacked first, at Trendvam.
All right. Oh, and before I end my turn too, I will give a bonus action Bardic Inspiration to Trendvan.
Nice. The wolf using pack tactics gets to roll again. That is a 15 to hit. Does that hit Trendvam?
No.
Not quite. It bites out, and you bash out with your shield, stopping it from getting purchase on your flesh. The other wolves are up. Wolf 2. Does a 16 hit Strummer?
Yeah.
Damn.
The wolf all the way to your left lunges out and bites. And he's going to do... five points of piercing damage as he bites onto your calf.
The agony.
And the two wolves to the right are going to go for Trendvam as you are directly in their line of sight.
Yes.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah. That would be crazy. We're level 3.
Only one of the wolves that snatches out at you finds anything. It gets onto your forearm as you block his ally. It bites down and deals 5 points of piercing damage.
Ah!
Trendvam, you're up. What do you do?
Oof. Yeah, I will look to... how injured does the one that I have already struck look? Does it look very hurt or just like it is still fresh for the fight?
Very hurt.
All right, I'm just trying to get their numbers down. I will swing out again non-lethally at that one. Nat 20. My third nat
yeah.
20 of the night. I don't know what's going on.
You can roll damage for fun.
I do.
There's no world where it doesn't
Oh, I
do it.
rolled terrible. And I assume we're playing straight D&D rules, so only 8 points of, I guess, bludgeoning damage in this case. Trenvam goes to run up to attack, goes to swing, and then looking at them, still can't pace out what they are going for, and whips out and kicks the wolf instead, sending it off the road.
Oh,
It yelps, hits a tree and falls, still but alive.
With
Is there
that,
anything else?
I didn't realize how many wolves there are.
Yeah, 4.
So I will cast Hunter's Mark on one of the... Shield of Faith on myself. I would rather have the AC buff.
Nice. All right, Drummer, you're up. There is one wolf to your left, well, directly in front of you at this point, and there are 2 wolves attacking your ally, Trembam. What do you do?
all right. I will try to Earth Tremor to hit all of them, and Tremvan, I will mend you if you are hurt as well.
My injuries are still very light.
All right. So that's a 13 dex save for the 4 people here. As I kind of move my feet and stomp onto the ground and send the arcane magic flowing through it.
The wolf nearest you, Strummer, fails, and the one that bit onto Fangoro fails as well. The other save.
All right.
Spencer, you're probably going to want
Yeah.
to change my name. Fangoro is from some other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I change it, it might mess with the camera, so be ready.
That's okay. We're not in the normal D&D Streamlabs. We're in... Yeah, so it switched us around, but it doesn't matter.
Sweet.
Right. Oh man, so the one that failed only took 1 bludgeoning damage.
It's all right.
And the other one that failed that was attacking Trenvam?
Oh, all right. 4 for it. And it doesn't look like there's any half damage for saves, so they're all fine.
Alright, gotcha. Is there anything else?
I think that's all I can do, yes. I'll just be like, watch your back and I'll watch mine. So we'll both be positioned back to back as these creatures are surrounding us.
Does a 16 hit Strummer?
Yeah.
Dang.
Does a 17 hit Trenvam?
No.
Alright. The 2 wolves leap out at you, Trenvam, trying to get some opening against your armor. One of them makes contact with your leg, but the holy light that you've imbued yourself with burns it away as it recoils, attempting to bite, but unable to. The wolf attacking you, Strummer, does make contact, biting into your side, and that's going to be 6 points of piercing damage. And it is now Trenvam's turn.
Scale Song! No! I'll turn around and attack the wolves that are attacking Strummer.
Got it. Yeah, back to back, you spin around and start to swing down.
All right. Sweet. I can't remember my bonus. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Great. 10 points of non-lethal damage as I whack out at another of these wolves.
What does it look like as you do exactly the right amount of damage?
As Scale Song and I pivot, it is something of a feint. As the wolf would go to snap at him as he left its combat range, the sword is already swinging down, and as its head comes out, it gets whacked in the side of the head and is sent just immediately to the ground unconscious.
Its tongue lolls out of its face, knocked out. All right. Drummer.
All
What do you
right. Yeah, I guess I will.
The town horn section comes out to the top of the city walls to support us. Ba-da-da-da!
You all get bardic inspiration.
I have one that I haven't had much use to use yet.
Fair.
Yeah, I will just like, I guess use vicious mockery and just growl like growl at one of the wolves, like in like a very menacing tone. And I guess that's a 13 whiz save.
It fails. Are you going for the injured or the uninjured?
I guess the injured one. Like bringing images of it, like getting its foot stepped on or something.
Gotcha.
And that'll be 3 points of psychic damage. And yeah, that'll be it.
Got it. At the end of your turn, the two surviving wolves use their movement to backpedal and try and strafe around you. The one wolf, standing next to the unconscious one, leans down and bites the scruff of its neck and is trying to drag it away. You guys do get opportunity attacks if you want to use them.
Take your wounded and leave this place.
Yeah, it takes it and starts to lope away as fast as it can.
These are
the other one
certainly
eyeing you,
unnatural beasts, Scale Song.
and it takes off. You hear rustling by the tree that their first wolf compatriot had slammed against as it grabs it and runs off. And with that, you guys have solved wolf puzzle number 1.
There'll be more to come, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Certainly something
Perhaps
is amiss
now.
and afoul here, Scale Song.
Indeed, no word from the gates of where these creatures were lurking either.
And yet
But it
neither-
could also be why they're, or it could also be perhaps these wolves are what's keeping the town from communicating further.
Either is a subject
And
of
with
interest,
that-
but a wolf is a simple thing. Is there no bowman, no hunter of the town, no lodge that goes after such beasts?
As you say that, you look forward and you see the gates are still closed. Nobody manning the battlements, nobody in the sentry towers, all empty. There are torches lit to provide light, but there's nobody there.
Townsfolk, anyone there?
The wolves have been sent away! Strange. I approach the gate. Is it obviously, well, one, is it like, just like swinging doors? Like, is there a large bar? Like,
Yeah,
is it like a
it's
portcullis?
barred.
Or?
Barred from the inside. Somebody would have to lift up the bar and open it up.
Is it like a gate with like windows to it or not, or what?
I am
No.
possessed of great strength, but not quite that. And there's not like a convenient dude-shaped door somewhere else.
No, there's nothing.
All right. I don't want to break this town's door in and out. Do we hear any other sounds of combat or conflict coming from within the town?
No, give me a perception check.
Oof. Nat 1.
Ooh.
Blood is still ringing in Trenvan's ears from the combat. He hasn't calmed down enough yet to get a good look at it, and so is somewhat panic-stricken.
You're still thinking maybe I can
yes.
break that door down. Maybe it's worth it.
You know, we very nearly were destroyed by wolves before we even began this investigation.
Are you that injured,
That
my
would have
friend?
been, well, halfway at least. But also, like,
Damn.
they could have, they did decide to back off instead. And
Next
but-
time, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on you, homie. That's rough. I gotta be honest with you, I'm fine.
yeah. But also, since you rolled in that one, I guess I've got the poetry and misery, so I get one of my bardic.
Yay!
Inspiration's
you get a
back,
part of inspiration
too.
back. It's a really good ability. How much is Scale Song like tiny? Are you thin? What is your Constitution and Strength score? Those are the sort of most central
con
ones.
is +1, yeah.
All right, so you're probably not too huge. If I gave Scale Song like a boost, is the wall like 15 feet high or is it like 10?
If you gave him a boost, it would be a fair athletics check to give him the height necessary. It's around 15. You'd have to boost him up over your head.
I'll scale song. I'll make that pitch to you. I'll be like, I could try to boost you up over the top, and you could lower a rope.
I can definitely give that a go then. Yes.
Certainly. I'll try to make an athletics check and give Scale Song the boost that they need.
Got it. Yeah.
Damn, I rolled really bad. It's only a 10.
You've got that bardic inspiration.
I do have that bardic. I'm going to use that bardic because it's going to go away
burn.
soon. Is that a D6 at this level for you? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it lasts for 10 minutes.
Need a new pair of shoes. Come on. It's a 111. Hey, oh no!
You go to lift him up, and you get up to about shoulder height, and you feel your arms start to give way. Strummer is heavier than he looks. He's still a dragonborn, still pretty sizable. Strummer, make me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Surprisingly, dexterity, I guess, is one that Bard's proficient in, so that's a dirty 20.
You get him up to shoulder, and Strummer, seeing your opportunity, you watch as Trenvam's arms start to give out. You step onto his shoulder, and you leap off. Trenvam, you stumble backwards, splash down in the mud. But Strummer gets up and pulls himself over the gate.
Much more advantage up here. I will tie or I guess I can probably just go down and open the bar for him instead of having him use that sore arm on a rope climb.
Yeah. You hop down and you lift up an iron bar. It clatters to the side, and you push the door open slightly, enough to let him in. Nobody approaches, nobody runs after you to stop you from doing so. Trenvam, you have easy access inside the gates.
Great. I'll step in and then quickly help Scale Song to shut the gates and reset the bar. I assume they have some reason for doing so, perhaps the wolves, perhaps otherwise. And then I guess just make our way through town, listening for trouble or looking for... Are there candles in windows? Are people clearly awake, or does it seem that people...
There are candles in windows. You see smoke billowing out of chimneys as you're walking through the cobbled streets of Enderburg. You are walking this main dragway, and pretty quickly you see an inn. Many candles illuminating it, clearly still operational at the very least. You don't hear people partying or going in and out of it, but it is open. The inn here, it does have a name. I just gotta find it.
It's strange that so many people are awake, Scale Song. It is late into the night.
I imagine the terror of being of the disappearances might keep them up.
I know, but I tend to think that an afeared man would douse the candles, be less of a target.
There are candles in every window, essentially. Like, there's no houses that are completely dark right now.
So strange a choice.
Superstitions to keep the monster away.
Superstition, or perhaps fear that the intelligence of the creature. Unlit candles may mean we are asleep, and therefore weak.
Indeed.
The inn is called the Stoneside Inn. The entryway is seemingly unlocked. You see Breeze push it open slightly as you walk by. As you're walking past, up at the top of this hill that leads to the middle of the town is a large manor house. It's directly in the center of the city, clearly a place of import. And that's all you really notice.
Well, I suppose an inn is not a terrible place to start. I'll give the door... I don't know if I should do a cop knock or shave and a haircut. Yeah, I'm a lawful good paladin. I'll go for the cop knock. That tap, tap, tap. Very solid, even-paced knock. And then immediately open the door. It's just to let them know that, like, something is nuzzling its way through the door. I will knock and then swing the door open.
And swing it open.
The order of night has arrived in your town, I'll say as you open it.
Sitting at a small central fire, a fire pit where stews would typically be cooked, is an older half-elf man his hair white and stringy, wearing cracked leathers, armor from presumably a history of combat in some capacity, but not well tended as of late. Likely left in a state of disrepair and recently readorned. And he says, "Oh, hello. Visitors, eh? You got past the gate."
In a manner, 'twas not easy.
You had
Well,
Have you?
welcome.
Yes.
wolves
Have you
of
stopped posting?
strange intelligence and no guards at the door. I'm confused. Apologies,
Yeah.
Scale Song, for interrupting you. I think that
No
there's a
problem.
little bit of lag in the Wi-Fi.
Indeed, it must have been one of those thunderclaps from the storm outside.
So, what can I do you for?
I just took
Any
a bite.
ex-
I'm sorry. I'm eating a
Yes.
ration.
All right. Any explanation for kind of the troubles at the gate then? Like, have you heard why your mayor has not posted any guards after requesting aid?
The guards are almost all at the mayor's inn at this point.
So they've withdrawn to that area instead of staying in the rest of the town.
And the wolves haven't been able to get in anyway, so
So does something attack the town in the night, or do you simply have wolves outside your gate and a mayor with a paranoid mind?
the wolves outside the gate aren't really the problem. It's the wolves inside the gate that I'm afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Speak plainly, man! You speak in riddles! What assaults you?
At night, we've had some sort of hairy beast crawling about, biting and rending and tearing into people. So we've been staying up, keeping the candles lit for vigil.
Mm-hmm.
But the mayor's ordered the gates be closed, the city quarantined, keep anything from getting out, getting in, mucking about. He's worried that if whatever it is gets out, it's going to mean bad stuff for the kingdom at large.
Indeed, it seemed like the wolves themselves might have been hankering for reconnection with whatever's in here.
They certainly seemed eager to keep us out, which is
Yes.
strange.
Unfortunately, I'm not very well versed in monsters or beasts, but I'll tell you who is. As a, I guess the best way to call him would be, well, what is it? A hunter for trade. Seeks exotic game. He, I can't think of the name for him, but
I understand.
his name is Rofanis.
Rofanis, a
Leader of
trophy
a group
hunter.
of men. Trophy hunter, yeah. He's a leader of a gang of men who go out, hunt things down, sell them for parts.
Has he been on any kind of pivotal trophy hunting expeditions as of late?
Not sure.
Is Rofanis from Elkvale?
No, Rofanis is born and bred.
Damn,
Right,
I
yeah.
really thought I had it on that one. All right. Thank you. Keep your blade sharp and your wits all the sharper.
Yeah.
Where would we find this Rofanis? Does he stay? I assume not here, or you would direct us upstairs. I take it he has a home in the city?
Yeah, he's got a home here. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but if he's not at home this time of night, he might be at the marketplace selling some of his wares.
Actually, that's a good note. Are we in, like, a hamlet, a village, or, like, a town? Like, are there 2,000 people in this town?
It's several hundred, but it hasn't broken 1,000.
So, like, a village, kind of.
Yeah, it's a village. They're calling themselves a town, but it's not really. It's like Mechanicville.
Gotcha. They're shooting for it. They're like, someday.
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. I guess I'll head out. Or I'll say, Scale Song, I believe we are best spent probably heading out into the night, unless Scale Song, you would like to rest here for an hour.
I will pardon our kind of disheveled attire, at least with how we are, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself at least to not be as like
Yeah,
causing a mess on the floor.
Do you want to just take a short rest rather than burn the spell slot?
I got plenty, I think, for now.
Okay.
And got 11 hit points, or max heal, so... fresh as day.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Alas, the agony is gone. It's but a mere memory now.
Fare thee well, travelers. Good luck.
Mhm.
I'll do lay on hands then, and I'll heal myself up to full as well.
Cool.
You guys are back up as you push open the doors of the inn back into the wind and rain of Enderburg. He pointed you in the general direction of the marketplace. He said, head east. You'll find it. You do so. Walking up, you see several stalls set up, canopies draped over them to keep the wind and rain out. Not ramshackle, but not exactly pristine, this marketplace. You walk through, and you're looking for somebody selling something that seems like trophy game.
Yeah.
And towards the back end of the market, you pass by stalls selling spices and linens and cloths, bed rolls, torches, things of more creature comforts. And then towards the back of the market, you find curios and odds and ends, things found and pilfered from ruins. And a man stands alone, no stall in front of him, but a tarp pulled up nonetheless, blocking the rain from getting on various pelts. You see some stuffed creatures of various kinds, squirrels, elks, deer, and the man in front of you is clearly not just a huntsman. He has scars lining his face and neck. He is a hunter of a different variety, and you know that you have found the man you're looking for.
This must be Rofanus, then.
It is wonderful to meet you. Your reputation precedes you somewhat. We are sent here by the king. We are members of the Order of the Heart, here to help you with your beast problem. I take it from your dramatic stance on the road at this dark night that you have much the same mind.
Yes, a pleasure to meet you both.
Ooh, he sounds villainous.
Indeed,
So-
not like a normal citizen of Fadia.
You're looking for the beast that's been prowling the town?
Indeed, that is why we were sent here.
A town on the King's Road falls under attack. Something has to be done.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, my mouth is hungry. I can think of nothing beyond the food that I've yet to eat. The comforts of home. Things that I could buy and keep around me, keep me comfort.
With the people of
Potentially-
your town in danger, you argue for gold and silver? You beg.
A man has to eat.
You beg like a cougher in the streets? I see. There is no stink of bravery about you, mercenary! He says as if he is saying the darkest insult in his mind.
Ugh.
You will assist us, or we will liberate this town of 2 beasts this evening. And I'd like to make an intimidation check.
I will give you a bardic inspiration of just like a melodic growl in agreement.
Go ahead.
Fuck.
He's gonna do a wisdom check, so this will be contested.
Yeah, you have the bardic inspiration too.
Yeah, let me give that a little rolleroo. All right, not so bad because of the bardic. So it's a 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 6 is 14.
Wow.
So not too bad.
Not bad.
Not the side of 15 I want to be on, but
I'll tell you what. Leave me out of it. Leave my boys out of it. And I'll tell you something that might be helpful. I believe the mayor may know more than he's letting on. Head his way, figure out what the situation is, and I'm sure you can handle it.
what do you know of the hamlet of Elkvale?
Very little. Quaint. Warm. Comfortable.
And have you heard of any of Alcine de Santra and how she's been doing these past couple days?
Alcine and the rest of the nobility have been holed up in the manor house. So
This tale grows darker by the eve. The mayor abandons his township, leaves his people at risk, gathers together his heightened nobility and hides behind walls. The king will not be pleased of this report.
there's quite the sickness of the administration here.
Yes, a
So these
severe
hand-picked-
lack of moral goodness. And I shoot him another dirty look.
a man can't help being what he is.
You
Well,
can.
good night,
You
gentlemen.
like explicitly. Whatever. I storm off. It's the stupidest thing I ever. Villains say that all the time. A man can't help being what he. Yes, you can. You're not a cat or ferret. You don't accidentally bite someone because they move too fast. You're an adult man. I guess I'll look to Scalesong and say, well, it seems as if we ought to point ourselves towards the manor and start walking.
You
I
guys
agree.
turn and begin walking up the hill. Air huffing and condensing outside of your body, steam blowing off. You find a luxurious manor house atop it. Tended gardens being pattered upon by the rain, and a large oak door towards the front with a make me a perception check on this one.
I can't.
Another
fathom.
nat 20.
Another nat 20 here too.
Damn!
Our powers combined. The sun comes up for a moment to reveal the sigil.
You walk up, and on the door, you raise your hand. Both of you are getting ready to grab onto the knocker and swing down. But notably, it is completely absent. The drill holes in the wall where it normally would be, the nail holes, are present, but the knocker is not there.
Is there a trace of silver in the drill holes?
With a natural 20, you bet your fucking ass there is silver on there. You can smell it on the air. This is a silver knocker.
Who puts a knocker of silver on your palace atop the hill? I smell dark tidings, Scalesong. I will heftily knock on the door and yell, 2 men of the king's employ await for entry.
There's no response at first. And then you hear the shuffling of feet and the door swings open. In front of you is a portly gentleman wearing finery. Nothing so expensive as to warrant questioning. This is clearly somebody in the employ of the mayor. He says, yes, Kingsman?
Yes.
Is there something I can do for you?
We hear that your mayor and nobility find themselves holed up in this corner of the town while everyone else suffers and straggles together. We are here to fell the beast and so would speak to the leadership of your town. Your
Yes, of course.
village.
Yes. Please wait there. And the door closes. You hear
Leave it
shuffling steps away.
outside in this rain, though.
Scalesong, there is a lack of politeness going on here. 2
Uh,
charisma-based classes rolling up. It's so funny.
After a few moments pass, you hear another set of footprints. A footstep. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm getting a quick tech.
No sweat. Everything cool?
Yeah, it's Nicole. These footsteps are more sure, less shuffling, and the door opens yet again, and a fairly young gentleman, this time in finery that does raise eyebrows, says, hello, please, come in, Kingsman. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You are?
Summer Scalesong. And this is Trenfam.
Grey Glide.
A pleasure.
Are you the
Please.
mayor?
Yes, that's I.
By reports, did we know that we were going to talk to the boy mayor of this little plot of land?
I mean, you didn't really know who the mayor was, but
Okay. That's fair. No, I was just wondering if this, rung any alarm bells, immediately.
no.
Hmm.
Yes, please come in. My name is Mayor Carthus Fanglo.
Okay.
That is the correct name. My young gentleman, what brings you to the post at so young in age?
My father and the king were war buddies, and with my father's passing, the title was sent to me.
May he rest in peace, and I hope you had a very sorrowful farewell when he passed on and was able to fully lament his passing.
Yes, yes. This is, to be clear, young for a mayor, not a boy. This is like a 21.
I thought he was like
this is
16. I was like,
no, like
Oh.
2021.
Okay.
Mhm.
Which in high fantasy world is of family age. He's 21.
Yeah, but still not like governmental leadership age. So he's like, please come, sit. And he gestures for the butler to light a fire in the foyer.
I find myself much concerned, Mayor Fanglor. I find a town in disrepair, wolves at the gate, no guards to protect its people. What tragedy has befallen this place? Have you had some slaughtering of your armsmen to put yourself in so precarious a situation?
Currently, the guardsmen are training to find a way to defeat whatever beast is plaguing the city. So I have them cooped up here, unfortunately, where it's safe so they can figure out their tactics, understand what needs to happen to take down the creature. It's happened rather quickly. Whatever's going on here, whatever monster it is that's made its home, we're trying our best. I've quarantined the city so as to prevent it from spreading as much as possible, but we haven't been able to find the creature, the beast.
So you know to fear a spread, and to quarantine the village at its edges. This tells me you know the beast responsible. Surely if it was some dire wolf of the Fae that had slipped through the cracks of our reality, you would not be sealing the gates. You would probably be, I assume, heading to the capital to request aid. Is it a vampire, a lycanthrope, a slad, some creature that you fear has progeny? Otherwise,
I fear
the
a
choice
lycanthrope.
makes little sense.
I do fear a lycanthrope, with the wolves at the gate, with reports being as they are.
I take it from
And I
the
guess-
pattern of attack that this is no monthly slayer, though, who comes but one night. Under the light of the full moon, this is a beast that returns.
There's a rumor previously of a werewolf prowling the hills outside the city. A children's story, as far as I'm concerned. But that only supposedly came out every month.
Evidence
The full moon.
angles to the contrary, then.
But currently, no, it's constant.
Hmm.
During the night, but constant.
My companion, and I look to Scalesong, tells me that you once had hefty silver on your door that has been taken down. What has become of those? Forged into blades and hammers?
Precisely. I've collected as much silver as I can within my household, and we are beginning to silver blades for the guards for their eventual attack. If it is a lycanthrope, as we fear.
If possible, I would like to add my own blade to the list of those in need in short order if we are to help you with this.
Of course.
Do you know anything of Elkvale, the hamlet to the north of here? I hear about an hour's path, is that correct?
Yes, we're, I suppose, trading partners, you could say. They don't offer too much, but yes.
Is there a lot of kind of like coming and going as far as their kind of like just either travelers or traders or anyone who decided to like settle here from there in town?
Not that I know particularly.
Can I roll an
I don't
insight
have
check
records.
to see how sort of circuitous the mayor is being?
Yeah.
Very poor. Only a 9. I'm like, well, I suppose the boy must be being some degree of honest with us.
Mhm.
But no, I don't have records of where people came and went. My knowledge doesn't span very far back. My tenure at the post is only a couple of years old now.
Okay. And the those that have been slain so far, do you have any reports on kind of like what has happened to them?
And any connection between the victims? Do they know each other? Were they all isolated, or were they assaulted in their homes?
The victims have all gone missing. Blood has been left behind, but we haven't found any. No survivors. Nothing of that nature.
What is the number of people that have been left injured and not returned?
Currently, our count is roughly 21.
By Bahamut scales! I was expecting a list below 10. Have you been dishonest about this number? I cannot imagine them sending 2 people for so terrible a cost. My gods and stars! 21!
Were you able to receive a missive of some sort? Because I wasn't sure if any had gotten out.
We received
One.
a cursory report from a cadet of the throne that something may be wrong. We heard no reports of numbers of missing, only of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
With the wolves outside the front, we were worried about infection taking hold from them, so we weren't able to send anybody out. I'm glad that you received it. Who was it that sent it?
I don't think they wrote their name.
They did, and I can give it to you. Because you
York
have it.
is
Oh
the
no, I'm
tiefling.
my character saying that to him.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you're...
Do I have to roll for deception?
Yeah, roll deception.
All right. Oh no. That was only that's a 9.
Oh, I think that 9 is just I out loud go, oh, that's all right. It's easy to forget such things. It was a tiefling of red skin named Yorkus who handed it to us.
Yeah, Yarkus had given you the letter, but the name is Alcin de Satra.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought the
I was
letter
trying
told
not
us
to-
to look for her. I didn't think the letter was from her.
The letter was from Alcin.
Mhm.
Ah, okay. Very well. Yes, a member of lower nobility. She's currently here somewhere.
Yeah.
we
Perhaps she sent the
speak?
carrier pigeon.
Could we speak with Alcin, by the way?
Mhm.
At this hour, she's likely asleep. Would you mind waiting until tomorrow?
I wouldn't mind waking her.
Yes, I am considering the amount of the death toll already and the potential to spreading.
21 souls lost to a single beast.
So many families missing all of their beloveds.
Yes, I can send. And he gestures for the butler. He says, "Go fetch Alcin."
While he's doing
We will
that, I
go
lean
with
over to
the
Scale Song
butler.
and I go, 21 missing in a town, not yet at 700 people. That's a percentage of the whole town. My word.
Indeed. I mean, we can go visit with we'll follow the butler, because if she's still sleepy, then we can definitely kind of quickly interview her and then let her rest further.
He grimaces and he looks at your muddy boots and water trailing cloaks. He says, "I would really prefer if you stayed and didn't track through."
I will stand up. 21 citizens, potentially lay dead or kidnapped. I would suggest that you be serious, and I will follow the butler.
Indeed.
All
When this
right.
is all over, we can certainly help you in mopping up your manor house.
Scale Song, we gotta put a temple in this town. These people are not guided by the light of the gods. Oh my goodness.
So, butler, please lead the way.
The boy acts as if he would have to get out the mop and bucket.
It is always
he
good
walks
for
up
your
the steps.
hardy constitution to do so.
The mayor stays behind, sitting in one of the recliners. The butler leads you up a flight of stairs in the middle of the manor. You walk past several rooms. You hear voices inside chatting, glasses tinking as people are taking sips of tea.
So we don't hear the sounds of a worried nobility.
No. No. You walk up and the butler knocks 3 times on the door.
Can you imagine if you went home to whatever small town you're from and they were like, yeah, 21 people went missing? What?
Oh, it's a small number, 21. The door, knock, knock, knock. And there's no response. And you hear the butler say, "Alcin." Knock, knock, knock. We're entering now. And he opens the door. And in front of you is a completely empty room. The bed is unmade. There's no candle burning. You see the oil is burned all the way down. But Allison is not in the room.
So,
Are there any journals? Or is there like a stationary desk?
Or blood on the floor. If her candle is burned down to the brass at below it, then that means that she left expecting to return.
Yeah, roll me a perception check for if there's anything like on the ground, or an investigation to see if there's any writing implements and stationery.
All right, investigation for that.
Yeah, I am just not. I am built for the fight. I have only a 9 for that.
All right, yeah, I got it. 13.
13.
Damn it! Sometimes we travel with a rogue, but he's sick this week.
With the 13, you that's for the investigation or the perception?
Investigation, yeah.
Investigation.
I've got a passive of 16 though.
There is a desk off in the corner of the room, and there is a quill and various paper stock laid out. The letter that you saw was written in haste that Yarkus gave you. So you see that there is some ink spilled on the desk here and there. But there's nothing else written down, nothing of note.
But no blood, no smashed windows, no damage to the room.
Trenvam, that's what you see as you walk by. There is no smashed window or broken down door or anything like that. But you do see underneath off to the side of the bed, opposite the entryway.
Before you tell me, I did get a 9 if you heard the number.
No, a 9 is still good enough for this. There is blood next to the bed. Not a lot of it, but enough to denote some form of injury.
I will cautiously lower my head to the ground and look under the bed, blade drawn.
Yeah, you look down, and there's nothing there.
My good butler, I give you the chance to be honest with me. I see no terrible claw marks, no signs of bestial attack. Did your mayor order this woman grabbed, sequestered, thrown in a cell beneath this very home?
Roll me a persuasion check.
The young lordling has been acting more than suspicious. Oh my gosh. 23, 18, so very high roll for me.
You see sweat begin to bead on his brow.
You need not speak any words. Your sweat tells a story I can read like ink on page.
And he steps to the side to open up the doorway so you can walk past him. And with
did he
that,
use a key to open the door?
No, he just knocked and then opened it.
Okay, I was gonna be like,
but with the reveal that the boy mayor may be more than he seems, unfortunately, we are going to have to end the session for tonight and wrap up on another scheduling conflict. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our very special high fantasy episode of Scheduling Conflicts, starring Strummer, Trenvam, and me as everyone else.
This was incredible. It's easy to forget how fun just like some real Lord of the Rings shit can be until you're like, you are a mercenary. I call you by that name, for it is all you are.
Kerr.
It's so good. There's something. The normal, like, tongue-in-cheek fantasy we usually play doesn't let you turn to the butler and be like, be honest with me, my companion and friend.
He says, yes, go.
Please.
Thank you all. Follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, our website, ttrpguy.com. Check out this stream. We do this every Wednesday, 7 to 10. We also do DM Writer's Room, where we take away the mystique of DMing and world building and campaign prep. We do that Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all from us. So thank you.
I will say, I will introduce without details, there's a high likelihood, if I had to guess, that next Wednesday's streamed game, which is normally streamed at 7:30 or 8, usually one of those two, high chance that one may not come to pass. Maybe it'll be another scheduling conflicts, but we will see. Next week is a very busy week for our band of adventurers here. Yeah, that's all I just wanted to throw in before we
Got it.
signed off. I'll see you all again for scheduling conflicts, or the party makes things worse, or DM writers.